connection. They really did. There's a lot of temptation when you're an actor. I was, in the TED films with, Todd McFarlane, and of course the lovely Mila Kunis. And she's quite beautiful and charming. We're spending way too much time together. Before I know it, I'm slipping my dick in the catering lady. And that was a mistake because Warburton was a smoke show. But, no, in all seriousness, my love interest in the TED films was Ryan Reynolds. So Seth comes up to me and Ryan, and he goes, "Would you guys kiss?" And Ryan goes, "Yeah, sure." I thought it was a little aggressive. I was a little concerned. My first guy kiss turns out nothing to be worried about. It was hotter than I got hotter. The best part about it was, is it did take a run right off of my 17-year-old daughter Lexi's top 10.
Oh my God.
Number 3 spot. And, oh yeah, dude. Well, that's an observation I made as a father, teenage girls. They sit around the coffee table writing lists of all the boys who want to kiss. They're not solving the problems of the world like the Asperger's ones. These losers are writing lists of boys.
Oh my God.
It's very powerful information for a father to have. If you kiss a guy, he's no longer hot. Threaten with a bromide. I'll take it. I don't like your bromide. I want to make out with him so very, very hard. If he's of age. Yeah, I threatened her with Chris Helmsworth. I'll take Chris Helmsworth right off your list. Because you're not working with him, I'll find out where he drinks. Yeah, she's 31 now. Beautiful and absolutely terrifying at the same time. Like that ghost at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. You guys know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I wonder what happened to that sweet little 10-year-old dummy that we used to have. Well, her mother and I spied her one time. She was in the backyard. She cut and made these wings that she taped to her arms. And she's running around the backyard, flapping her arms, trying to get airborne. And then that little Icarus of ours was inspired by a mild Santa in the wind, and she thought that would do the trick. And we would have figured after about 10 minutes of this futile attempt, she'd throw in the towel, but she just flapped harder. Don't think we can get her tested. If she turned into an astronaut or a pilot, this would be an inspirational story instead of a pathetic one, but that's a girl. And I hate to break the fourth wall, but if you don't think just for a second that I didn't find that fucking adorable, you'd be wrong. That's our kids. We got 4 kids, and they're all adults, and they've all done very, very well. I think a lot of that has to do with great communication. I really do, because you can't be afraid to communicate with your kids, because sometimes they might be afraid to communicate with you. My son Gabriel, he's 24 years old, and I come to the conclusion that he was just way too talented, good-looking, stylish, and into musical theater to be straight, so. He said, "Hey, Gabe, if you're gay, it's no big deal, be awesome." He goes, "Well, I'm not gay, Dad." And I go, "We don't know." That's like talking to Dad. And he goes, "Well, I'm not gay, Dad." And I go, "Okay." When you're ready to die, you come to this guy. He goes, "I am not gay, Dad." And I go, "Come on, Dave, we need one of you to be." All the cool Hollywood families have it. Eugene Levy's got one, where's mine? Well, Dave, you're the closest thing to it, so I'll keep working on you. If you're not gay, great job keeping them felt, I guess. One of the reasons why I don't think people sit married for the long haul is Hollywood, they feed you a lot of garbage. They really do. Like that movie, The Notebook, which is unrealistic, and that guy was a creep obsessive, a real weirdo. I'm talking about Ryan Gosling. And that's who gets all the work in town, too, by the way, is the weirdos. The Brits. That's who gets all the jobs. Sometimes I feel like if I was just a little bit weirder and I didn't bathe, wore more jewelry than any man should be allowed to wear, and spoke in a sort of bullshit Europeanish accent, had girls shit in my bed, I'd work more. But such is not the case. Another thing is social media. That's a big disruptor because people compare their lives on social media to find dissatisfaction, right? And move on. I hate social media, and I've had some real shitty You know, years ago, shortly after the George Floyd tragedy, we had something called Blackout Tuesday on Instagram, where instead of posting your normal garbage, you would just post a black picture, square, to show us solidarity, which I did. Somebody weighs in on my Instagram, it's still there, and he just goes, way to go, Patty, you just ended racism. There's a part of me that wanted to, you know, check in with this guy and just say, hey, listen, this is just a sign of solidarity. I would hope that there are other things, you know, that I do, or more of an effort, like going to the Congo and hearing aid missions with my friend Dikembe Mutombo, or starting an event for the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital 15 years ago, which is based upon the foundation of helping every child of every race and color and eradicating catastrophic disease. Is more of an effort, but that would just be me bragging on the internet. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you. I feel like most people in this room have had the same opportunities as me to do something like that you would. And I started this event for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital 15 years ago. By year 3, it was the number 1 event in the nation for St. Jude. Now we have satellite events. But it all started because I had this, you know, I had a dream that Eddie Vedder had laryngitis. So royalty wants me up front for Madison Square Garden. Like, I'm not ready, I do it, I murder this shit. Next thing I know, I'm banging that hot model chick from the Blurred Lines video. Thick up suit for I can't imagine that. She thought it was cute. We would be making love, and I would mispronounce her name, and she would giggle. It was magical. And then my wife got upset, you know, really. And then I go, Mom, like, I just need a little bit of variety. And she goes, you know what, that's cool. I'm like, who is this amazing woman that I married to? And then I woke up, and I'm like, well, I'm not getting laid. I'll help kids with cancer. Any social media is a disruptor because Evan David Spade is a disruptor who, in my case, is the actual David Spade. I love the guy, he's very talented, but he's a bit of a princess, and he's always in my face, you know, because my life is rather ordinary, and this little princess, I can't even relax in one of those massage chairs in the mall. You know, they have the good ones now, and I'm just thinking, screw baby, I just spent an hour in line at Verizon while that little princess is kiting around in private jets while my wife is, you know, so generously booking me on Will Break Your Spirit Airways. It would just be like the littlest thing, like I open up a brand new bottle of lotion, but it all comes out jockey and shitty because my wife bought it in the checkout line at TJ or Max or Ross or whatever. And I know that baby's not using this garbage. And I'll tell you exactly what he's using because I remember $700 bottle of lotion. He got for free from Heather Locklear when he dated her for a month, just check her off the list. This shit's expensive. Stem cells and whale cum, I don't know, shit.
Oh, my God.
He looks like a 60-year-old John Benet Ramsey. Probably too much. Remember, I looked at generous. He looks like a well-preserved lesbian overlooking a hostile workplace. Fact of the matter is, if you want to make it for the long haul, you just have to come to the acceptance that, and the conclusion that your soulmate and the love of your life will half the time just have you tuned out, not be paying attention to you. And I'm guilty of that. I mean, a disinterest could kill. I would just be another one of those curious Hollywood stories. What happened to Patty? Well, one day his wife was telling him a story about a flea market flip episode, and he took his life. Found himself naked. There are times when I can't sleep at night. I go, hey Don, can you tell me another story about the time you and your sister Judy went to that thrift store and found a dress made from the same fabric? I fall asleep asking questions.
Yeah.
She is guilty of it too, because last year, we always have our coffee anymore. So one time last year, you know, we're having our coffee, and then I go shuffle into the kitchen and scuttle up some breakfast, because she sure as hell ain't gonna do that like the other days. So I go walking over to the ice box, which is what the people of my generation refer to the Frigidaire as, and I spice an El Pollo Loco leftovers. And now I'm jazzed because I don't have to make breakfast and shit. I'm also high as a cat because I had 2 cups of coffee. I've already zinned up with nicotine. And now I'm on 20 milligrams of Adderall because last year my daughter had diagnosed me with ADHD.
Yeah.
doesn't have a medical degree, you know, has TikTok and an unearned confidence. She spent the night at a Holiday Inn Express that I paid for, and so now I don't even know what this shit really is at the time. All I know is that my daughter calls me up, and this is all I hear. Dad, I have ADHD. I got it from you. May not have been the best father, but I love you. I didn't go to every one of those swim meets. They take 14 fucking hours after 5 hours. It has to do with focus. And it's genetic. And I'm like, oh, wow, well, thank you, Dr. Quill, medicine woman. Got a second opinion. So I call my doctor and I go, Doc, this is embarrassing, but my daughter says that I have ADHD. And I list off a few things, and within 10 minutes, he's writing me a script. Like, what do I pay you? $250 an hour, but my daughter in 10 minutes. Because women, you know, are very intuitive. They're quite brilliant that way. What do I know? I know I'm going to die on one of those electric scooters in some city that's not my home. That's going to be in my obituary. On a scooter, yeah. You get world's smallest pothole kills mid-level accident. You guy doing what he loves, not paying for valet parking. Women are brilliant that way, intuitive, you know, but it's not all ravey. Over 70% of all architects are male. That's a fact, because women don't have the same spatial cognizance. They've done brain scans. This is science. This is why you don't want too many directions or driving me anywhere. I'm getting off track here. So, I'm high as a kite. And now, so my wife is going to have to hear about the round of golf that I shot before. I went, yeah, I blew up on a few holes, but I was hitting the shit out of that driver, and she's this close to me. And she's just looking at her phone, because she's watching animal rescue videos. Specific what? These things online. This woman was rescuing over, and it's a gecko, and his tail is a little slice, like rescue a dog.